Well, I started putting the sticker up as a way to participate in the street art scene. I think it's useful and it's powerful and it makes people think. And I didn't want to just have it die whenever I decided to stop doing it. The phrase "have goals" came off a piece of train art. Just somebody had scrawled out in black, "have goals." And I had made a stencil that said "have goals," and I had made a stencil of a face like that, and they literally just ended up in the same place on the table one day. It's the simplicity. There's only three parts to the message. There's the face, have, and goals. Like, that's it. Everybody looks at that face, and then they instantly read that sentence at the bottom of it. Because I see a lot of street art where the message is like, Ray, or, 54, something that, nobody gets. And that's challenging. Like, I think street art has to say something. Back then it was really personal. In my life, it took me a long time to figure out what I was supposed to be doing. And I took a lot of wrong paths. I have been homeless, and I have been really poor for a large part of my life. I realized I had something to express. I'd figured out what I had been doing wrong for most of my life. And I began to put these around in places that I went so that I could see them. Even if it's ignorantly thinking like, oh, I don't need to have any goals. Eventually everyone realizes like, man, I have to make a plan. Everyone becomes like 22 years old or whatever and goes like, oh my God, what am I doing? Should I have started? To be able to have this project and put that idea in front of people. Like, to me, that's what I do. I don't just slap this sticker up in like whatever place. I look for where people are. People who are gonna wait for a bus, people who are gonna stand in line, people who are looking for an apartment or need a job. That's the have goals audience to me. I never expected to be browsing around Flickr and to accidentally come across a picture of one of my stickers up. The guy had taken the time to actually write about what it meant to him. And that was really my first exposure to the whole thing. Like, this fella took a picture of this sticker I put up. He was going to medical school to be an EMT. He thought it was kind of a creepy face, and it was like taunting him with this message of like, what are you doing? It kept happening. After that, I started to look for it. Like, are people really seeing this? And I kind of discovered that they were. And then at a certain point, someone came into my Flickr set and they just said, hey, did you know I started this Facebook cult? I just went over there and like, what is this? And found that these people had gone out and taken their own photos of it and were putting together this page that's just about this sticker and the mystery of why it's there. When I go on Facebook as and I see my friends and what they say, everybody's got some kind of problem with them and, oh, look at this bad thing in the world. And when I log on as have goals, those people are like, I'm trying so hard, look at what I'm studying, here's my next plan, here's what I'm doing. And it's just a night and day difference. The thing that surprises me the most, that inspired me to do this, was seeing that this tiny group of people see these things, and of those people, a tinier group of them tries to find it, and then a smaller group of those people reach out to me. And I've had hundreds of people reach out to me like that, and it just seems so special, like for someone to go through all that trouble to try to get a message back to me for putting up this sticker. And that has just inspired me so much. Well, I guess I remain anonymous because street art is illegal. I'm aware of that. It's easy to rationalize that like my street art is good or virtuous or whatever. Like, I don't look like the person who's putting the sticker up. That's the thing I hear the most. Like, what? When you tell someone like, you don't look like you would do this at all. I guess that's why I get away with it. I feel pretty strongly that I have probably one of the most positive pieces of street art out there. The next step is a collaboration with artists. Like, what does the Have Goals image mean to you? And I did kind of an initial run of it, and I got some really creative, fascinating stuff back. So I want to put that stuff together into like a book that can be printed on demand and sold by nonprofits who have a youth art program to fund and supply art materials and teaching for kids who aren't going to get any otherwise. It's such a good feeling to help people, and it took me all of my life to realize that. I don't know, it means a lot to me to get it out there and to keep it out there for the people that it matters to. I just feel really lucky to have the opportunity to do it in my life. I know a lot of people who aren't doing anything at all with their lives, and they're just totally letting it run by like a river, and later they're going to complain that it's gone. You have to get out of your chair. You know, you've got to help other people. The world isn't about making a big pile of money and a golden car. I spent a couple of years taking care of my grandma in the last 2 years of her life, and it just changed everything for me. You know, there goes her life. Wow. I think our entire culture and our culture here on this planet, like, desperately needs to be attacked from the outside or something to make us all unify and quit killing and hating each other all the time. It's gotten me into the community. Like, I drive around everywhere. I don't know, the further I've gotten into the city and the more time I spend here, the more I just see the division between people. And I see people at their best and at their worst. And, you know, there are some hard times here in Milwaukee, and I hope Have Goals does something to bridge that. I see, like, the billboard company will say, like, hey, you want to get this board? It's got 25,000 views a day or whatever. And I don't know, I can think of a corner where I get 25,000 views a day, you know, every day, all day, with this simple message that's just about you. You know, this really is like, it's kind of the middle of my life. I'm always doing this. You know, I put the sticker up today and yesterday and the day before, and I always do, and it's probably what I'm going to keep doing.